everybody, this is Nicole with HelpMamaRemote.com, and today I'm coming to share a collab video. I was invited to do a collab with Everyday Home with Tina and Juani at Juanis House. And the other YouTubers that are participating in this collab video, Shantae at Southern Girl Interiors, Shirley as Shirley the Thrifty Diva, and myself. So we were asked to participate in a Spring Has Sprung collaboration and to share how we springify our home. So I'm here to share with you today how I sprungify my home. I'm going to start here in the entryway, and this is an area I like to redo seasonally. So here on this ottoman, sometime I'll use the ottoman or I'll put a desk right here, but now I have the ottoman. Added these spring pillows here. The spring pillow on the right is a pillow that I picked up from the thrift store. And the rabbit, the little bunny rabbit here, if any of you seen those chair covers they had at Dollar Tree, the rabbit chair covers, that's what that is. What I did was I picked up one to try to cover the chairs in my dining room, but it didn't fit. So I was going to take it back, and I thought, I had a pillow that wasn't spring right over here, and I said, well, let me try to cover it with this chair cover. So that's exactly what I did. I just covered it. I didn't sew. I didn't do any sewing or anything to close it in. So now I don't have to store the pillow that I had there. So now it's covered in a little, nice little cute little rabbit pillow. Here at the top is this little cabinet. And I like to change it out seasonally. So what I did here was just added some little Dollar Tree terracotta pots on the inside, along with a little burlap sunflower pot. And all those are from the Dollar Tree. At the top here I have this lantern, and I put a bunny inside. I'm sorry about the glare. Put a little bunny inside of there, along with the rabbit, and many of us picked those up from the Target dollar spot. I put him up there. This next area I like to springify for spring is my faux fireplace that me and my husband made. If you've seen any of my other videos, I talk about that, in any of my home tours, or decorating videos, I share with how we made this fireplace here. So what I added here to the fireplace, at the top here I have some candlesticks. They were originally sage green, and I just recently chalk painted them and waxed them with a brown dark wax. On one you see there's a candle, and on the other one that peach is a vase that I added on top of there. And then I have this little bunny. So I added a lot of bunnies this season to my spring decor, along with that rabbit garland up there, and that's from the Target dollar spot. Now, one thing I'm really excited about and what I'm really loving are the rag garlands. I've created a couple of these this spring, and they're really fun, very cheap if not free to make, depending on if you have fabric at home, if you have it already on hand. So I had all the fabric on hand, and my grandmother recently gave me a couple, I would call them vintage sheets. They're pretty old, and I wouldn't add them to my bed, so I decided to cut some of it up and use it in my rag garland here. And that's what this is right here. Then I have the little burlap pieces and some more fabric. So those are the ones that I used in that rag garland. At the bottom here, you'll see these. These are actually bears. These were from Home Goods in the winter, like in Christmas, and they're bears. And I said what I was going to do was for Easter, make them into rabbits. And that's what I did. I took the little headbands that you get at Dollar Tree, and put them on top of their head. So I think they look like little rabbits. So that's another way. If you have decor that's maybe for one season, see if you could use it in another season. So we won't have to worry about trying to store the items, you know, storing extra items. So that's what I did. I love how they came out. And this little caddy right here, it was originally pink. I also painted it with the chalk paint and added these little eggs right here. And these eggs are from Pier 1 many years ago when we had the Pier 1 outlet out here. So that's what I added in there. So that's my faux fireplace decor. Okay, another place I added some spring touches is to my coffee bar here. And I will put the link below in my $5 Goodwill challenge to go into more details on the coffee bar. Okay, so here is my centerpiece that I'm using here on my table now. I don't have a tablescape yet because the kids do their homework here. So I'll probably do a tablescape closer to Easter, or I may do a Easter tablescape and a spring tablescape. And I usually like to do my tablescapes on the weekend, you know, so the kids won't need the table to do homework. However, so what I added right here is this large dish. Now I have a couple other pieces that go to this, but I brought this down off my china cabinet and I'm using it now as my centerpiece. And I added these eggs and the moss. And the eggs and the moss are from the Dollar Tree. And the eggs are the plastic eggs, and I chalk paint them with the blue paint that I picked up from Walmart as well, and splattered them with some brown craft paint. It's so funny because I was looking at robin eggs, blue robin eggs or something, and they had spots on them. I think I saw some that were like beige or something, but so funny. So my daughter brought home some homework, and the robin's eggs were blue, and she was like, "Mom, robin's eggs don't have blue spots on them." I was like, I mean, not blue. Robin's eggs don't have brown spots on them. I'm like, well, okay, well, mine do. But anyway, so I think they really look really nice and cute and add a little bit of touch. It's low, so I don't have to worry about when we're sitting at the table, we can't see each other and talk and stuff like that. Okay, now, this is not last, but almost last project I did in the house to add some spring touch is my china cabinet. And I am loving my china cabinet. If you've seen any of my other you know, home tour, holiday, seasonal, you remember this china cabinet was like the brown wood. I finally painted it, chalk paint. And I picked up my chalk paint from, this chalk paint was from Michael's. And I want to say it was like $8.39. I did need 2 containers because the containers are small. And on this one, I used a little brown wax and clear wax. Down here on the doors, I used brown wax. And up at the top, I used all white. Maybe in some areas, I used a little of the brown wax. But I wanted this a little bit lighter than my coffee bar because, you know, I did my coffee bar with the same colors, but I did a brown wax. But we wanted it a little bit lighter. When I added this light in the room, it really just brightened everything up. So I was excited about that. And I said, okay, I don't want it too dark, but I will add a little dark down at the bottom to the doors. Sort of coincide with the, you know, the coffee bar just a little bit. Okay, so let me start at the top and share with you what I did here. Now at the top, I added my little water can that I use in the garden. And those vases are the same vases I had on top. I just added some little faux flowers to the middle vase. Up here on the side, I added this spring sign. I made the spring sign. It was a plank that we had from one of our garden beds. So I painted it with the blue chalk paint, and I used some white chalk marker and white chalk to write spring on there. You see I have some little eggs up there with some moss. Okay, now let me go inside the china cabinet so you can see in detail what I did. Okay, so what I did was I pulled out all of my milk glass. Well, not all of it, most of it, majority of it. And I added it to my china cabinet. And I still have my, I think it's false graph something like that. This white china set, I still have that in there. But I added my milk glass. Now this green, if you can see that green glass cake plate over there, I left that out. I had that out during Christmas. And I left it out. I didn't want to pack it away. I was really kind of scared it would end up getting broken. So I said I'll leave that out in some kind of way, incorporate it inside the china cabinet, you know, seasonally, so it won't get broken. And the garland there, that is the garland from Target Dollar Spot. I just added it inside the china cabinet. Along with that wreath over there with the eggs in the back is from the Target Dollar Spot as well, but maybe a few years ago. I did a video on a wreath I made using that, and I took it off. That little rabbit there, got it from the thrift store. I think it was like last year. My milk glass punch bowl. And right here I have my milk glass pitcher along with some cups. I don't have the whole set. I have these 2 tumblers and this one right here. And so hopefully I'll find either 2 more tumblers or 2 more, you know, whichever to go with my milk glass hobnail pitcher. And I have some little trays, pink trays here. Now these are also from the Target Dollar Spot from years ago. And that was actually when I think the Target Dollar Spot, the items weren't like $1, $3, $5. They were just like, I think that was like $2.50. So right here, I added another milk glass dish, and I added some moss and a little wreath and some moss balls in there, and that little egg holder. I think it's an egg holder milk glass. I only have one of those found at the thrift store, so I added a little egg in there. Now this idea was from Pinterest. I found they had one of these, however it had like a, I think their eggs were beige with spots. So I used that for inspiration and created this. I have my little, I think those are hobnail milk glass vases over there. And I have 4. I think I have like a total of 6. I was trying to collect 6 so that we can have milkshakes in the summer in them. So that's why I have so many of those. And down here, I have my plates stacked. I like keeping them stacked because they're not all over the china cabinet, and I can play around in the china cabinet and do other things. So I have those there. And back over there, you see another little egg. And I have my little tool caddy that goes with my watering can there. And this sign, you remember this probably from one of my hauls, Target Dollar Spot. And I wrote on it with chalk, "He is risen." I have my vintage scale. And then another picture. So I think this project right here is one I had the most fun with. And the little rabbit tassel, I made that some years ago. And it's one of those little, you know, little statues from Dollar Tree. And I just added some ribbon to it and like that. So I think this was my, sorry about the glare again, but this was probably the fun project that I had the most fun decorating and adding everything in there. The last thing is this little corner right here. This is a little corner cabinet I have over here in the corner. And right here I just added this. This is also from the Target Dollar Spot. And I added some seed packets. And that paper right there that looks like seed packets, that was from those packets of paper that I picked up from the Target Dollar Spot. And you all, it was a lot of paper in those packs. It was like 5 packs of paper in each of those paper packs, and each pack had like 6 sheets of paper. So that was really a good deal, and I have not seen that paper anymore in Target. But anyway, so I added those over there, and these little chalk eggs I added into this, you know, this little egg holder thingy, and this little rabbit picked up from the thrift store. I think it was last year, and I just put my daughter crayons in it. Sometimes we have pencils in it because when she's doing her homework right here, she can just grab the crayons. And that's it. And this is our little mini command center, like things we get from school, like lunches and stuff. I put right here, so if I need to go right to it, I can see it. This also lets my daughter know if she wants to eat lunch at school or not, and we can read it right here. She wrote on the chalkboard, and I did not erase it. I dare not erase it. And then I just added some little chalk eggs right there. So that's all just going on in this corner. Okay, I'd like to thank you all for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed how I springify my home. I also would like to thank Tina at Everyday with Tina and Juani at Juanis House for inviting me to this collaboration. So have a nice day, everybody, and happy spring.